Hello. This is going to be an aquarium keeping video about a public aquarium, or at least a school classroom, large school classroom aquarium that I have been involved in. I am Richard Lee Bruce. This is channel Rich Lee Bruce. The website, one of my websites is Rich Lee Bruce. And so when you see Rich Lee Bruce on the internet, that's probably basically me. Here is this big beautiful aquarium. It's 100 gallons and we've been keeping it for a number of years. This is a cooperative thing between me, a substitute teacher, and a science teacher at my local high school. And this is one of a series of aquariums that I have been involved with here at this school. I did one with the principal, and then working with various teachers in various aquariums. I bring the fish in myself, and I provide some of the care, though a large portion of the care for these particular things is done by the science teacher, who is an expert aquariumist. As I say, he had this aquarium for many years before we started this together, and he's done all sorts of advanced stuff, and has this is one of 200-gallon aquariums he has. I'm particularly my emphasis in fish keeping is the ecology, keeping fish efficiently, because they take a lot of electricity, and therefore one of my interests is public fish keeping. So yes, we're spending a fair amount of electricity, but at least a whole lot of people are getting to see the fish and enjoying it, because 30 kids in a class, and a number of classes every day. So a lot of people get the experience. Another way of saving energy as far as fish keeping, of course, is to make YouTube videos of your fish. And so that allows people to see. Yes, it takes a little bit of electricity to watch this, but look, that's tiny compared to a regular aquarium, where it's drawing electricity whether you're watching it or not, and most of the time no one's watching it. Okay, finally, a third area that is important here that I am involved in saving energy is that I am interested in bowl keeping fish with, sometimes called natural fish keeping fish without electricity, or with minimal amounts of electricity, so that you're not doing too much damage to the environment. So I do bowls. Those bowls range in size from a half-gallon vase, where I'm basically raising plants, and I toss in a couple of guppies to make sure that no mosquito can survive, to be used as mosquito fish. Major emphasis is on 2-gallon bowls and tanks, but I go on up to 20-gallon tanks, 5, 10, 20-gallon tanks. But the idea is, once again, no electricity. I do this both indoors and outdoors. I also have plastic tubs outdoors. Okay, so that's some of what I'm doing here. Let's talk about some of these fish. Almost all of these fish, except for you'll see a molly in here, a black and white molly. That was brought in by a student, but the rest of the fish were brought in by me. And these are fish that I tested in my fish bowls, practically all of them tested in 2-gallon fish bowls. And most of these have proven to be very effective fish for 2-gallon bowls, with one exception, which I will note later. First, let's start off with the best of the fishbowl fish, the guppy. Some people like to keep, the standard thing is to keep goldfish, which normally get to be about 2 feet long. 14 inches long in the wild. So they're a little bit big to really be kept in bowls. And then the bettas who hate cold water, and that's not ideal either. The guppy is the best of the bowl fish. You know, it's interesting, it's beautiful, it will breed in bowls, and it just acts normally. It acts exactly the same in a 100-gallon tank as it does basically in a half-gallon vase. The males try to mate, and the females look for food. Okay, and so they're the ideal. Beyond that, we have the cyprinids, and many cyprinids are good. We have 3 examples of this. Maybe you're going to be able to pick up, for example, right there is a white cloud minnow at the top in the middle. So white cloud minnow is a very, very fine bullfish. It can take low temperatures. Guppies can take 100 to 60 degrees. They're great. White cloud minnows can take considerably colder than that. So they are wonderful bullfish. Also, you see in the cyprinid group, you've got the golden china barbs right in the middle there. Golden china barbs that come from Sichuan province, which is north of the tropics. They also live in the tropics, but they also live a bit north of the tropics, and that's what you're often looking for, is those tropical, subtropical fish, the ones that live in both the tropics and the subtropics. And then there is some danios that you may or may not be able to see. There are a couple of danios running around. Zebra danio particularly ideal because it lives both in the tropics and north of the tropics. They also live up in the hills. That's one of the secrets of why the guppy is able to take cold water, is they actually, many guppies live up in mountains as well as down on the flats, and that's why they are adjusted to a wide range. So that's 2 tricks. One of them is the tropical, subtropical, and the other one is the fish that are adjusted to live in tropical mountains where things are a little colder. Then in the tetra group, you have the black skirts. As I said, one of them is not really too appropriate for a 5-gallon bowl, and that's that. It's not that they won't survive. They will definitely survive in, say, even a 2-gallon bowl and stuff like that. I've done it for months and months and months, but they ain't very happy doing that. They're very scary fish, and you need to keep them both in a school. And also there should be some fish that are not so frightened around, and then they'll see that the fish that are out there swimming, like the guppy and all the other fish, aren't getting eaten, and therefore they will come out and display properly, and they won't be frightened. So they might work much better, I would say minimum 5-gallon. The blind cave tet, on the other hand, seems to work fine in a 2-gallon, though some people would say, well, it's too big. Which is a good point, but they do work. I think maybe with the exception of the black skirt, almost all these fish are really more appropriate perhaps than the beta or the goldfish for keeping in bowls. Okay, I guess that covers all of these things. As I say, we're about to shut this thing down. Or not we, but the owner is going to shut this down and turn it into a South American tank. We've moved from hard water to soft water in this community, so that seems to be rather appropriate. The cryptocorns, he has been raising those for many, many, many years. Those are gorgeous cryptocorns. Those are also low light plants, and so if you're trying to do low light with minimal electricity, that is one of a number of good solutions that you can have. If you want to learn more about keeping fish without electricity, whether it's in bowls or tanks or whatever, I have websites on it, actually quite popular ones. As far as keeping fish in bowls without electricity, I think I had the first website on the internet, and I'm getting a lot of attention on this. You can, I'll put links down in the best thing to do in the description, and you can check those websites out. And of course, I have a number of other videos on the YouTube channel on this topic. Okay, Rich Lee Bruce on the internet, signing off. Bye.